You open your eyes for the first time, and congratulations, you're a Celt. Born in Gaul, which is just a fancy name for France before France knew it was France. Your father is a warrior. Your mother was too, until a Roman blade rearranged her shoulder. Now she teaches other women how to fight, while you learn to walk. Sweet family bonding. By 5, you're already hearing stories around the fire. How Romans bleed like anyone else. How your ancestors broke legions before. How Gaul always rises. You learn early which tales are inspiration and which are just drunk men yelling at flames. Childhood here is simple. You herd animals, haul water, and spar with other boys using dull blades.
Men correct your stance. Women correct your arrogance. Bruises are lessons. Weakness is not an option. At 13, you're expected to act like a man. Rival tribes raid, you raid back. These fights aren't glorious. They're fast, ugly, and terrifying. Courage, you discover, is just doing something while your hands shake. At 15, you get married. Not for love, because everyone your age is doing it. Months later, your son is born. You hold him and feel something dangerous. Hope. The belief that your people will endure forever. Then the horn sounds. You're 21 when Rome arrives. Not a raid, an army. Legions stretching to the horizon like an iron tide. The impossible happens.
Tribes that spent generations killing each other suddenly stand shoulder to shoulder. Vercingetorix calls for unity. For once, Gaul listens. You march beside your father, not for glory, because if Rome wins, there's nothing left to protect. The battle is chaos. Mud, screams, banners you trusted turning away. Some tribes break, others switch sides entirely, trading loyalty for survival. When your leader rides out to surrender, the sound isn't rage, it's silence. Your father falls. You survive. Lucky you. Chains replace swords. Your name becomes a number. You're counted, priced, and shipped south, while your mother, wife, and son fade into a distance you'll never cross again. Rome doesn't kill you. Rome has plans.
Speak.
You arrive in Rome, standing on a platform, naked. Buyers argue over your legs and back like your livestock at a village fair. This is where you learn your first Roman lesson. Defeat is permanent, but usefulness is negotiable. A lanista purchases you, a manager of gladiators. He sends you to a ludus, a gladiator school. High walls, one exit. That exit leads straight to the arena. It's not freedom, it's just a cage with a meal plan. Inside, Romans do what Romans love most, categorize. Some men are damnati ad mortem, condemned to die, criminals scheduled for public execution. No armor, no training, just a sword and a beast.
Lunchtime entertainment for citizens craving blood with their bread. You, however, are damnati ad ludos, condemned to the school, trained, fed, invested in. Not because anyone sees potential in you as a person, because your body looks like profit. Your survival isn't mercy. It's a business model. The routine is brutal. Wooden swords first, then real steel. Shields heavier than anything you carried in Gaul. Mistakes earn bruises. Resistance earns worse. There's a hierarchy, and you're at the bottom of it. But the bottom has perks. You eat better than most free Romans. Barley and beans, thick and bland. You drink ash mixed with water. Calcium for bones, because fractures are expensive. Rome hates wasted investments. You gain weight, not softness, padding. Fat keeps blades from sinking too deep. Shallow wounds bleed beautifully for the crowd, then heal in time for the next performance. You become broader, slower, tougher. You stop thinking like a warrior. You start thinking like property. One sunny afternoon, you drag a condemned man into the arena. No armor, a useless sword. The gates open and a tiger walks out. He lasts seconds. The crowd applauds while you vomit behind the barracks. This place isn't about honor. It's about feeding an endless appetite. And that appetite is Rome itself. Your first real fight comes without warning. No beast, no execution. A proper match against a scarred veteran, the kind of man who survived by knowing exactly how much blood satisfies a crowd. The gates open. The noise hits you like a fist. Tens of thousands screaming, chanting, demanding something from your body. You almost lose your footing just turning toward the sun. That moment nearly kills you. His blade grazes your side, shallow but deliberate. Blood flows. The crowd roars. You fight the way you were taught, tight, wasting nothing. He yields, barely. You both live, for now. Years blur inside the ludus. You fight 6, maybe 7 times a year, just enough to keep the crowds familiar with your face. You gain a following.
People chant your name like they own it. They do. You learn the craft of not dying, how to bleed without collapsing, how to fall without breaking bones, how to read the referee's mood and the crowd's hunger in the same breath. You get injured constantly. Clean breaks, deep cuts, muscle tears. Rome patches you up every time. Not out of compassion, because damaged goods don't sell tickets. But not everyone shares your luck. You meet a free man who signed up to erase a debt. He laughs about it like he found a loophole in the universe. He dies in his 6th fight. Bad footing, bored crowd. Another fights because he loves the chaos. His confidence eventually outruns his skill.
You kill men too. Some because they push too hard. Some because the referee wants a decisive ending. Some because your lanista orders it. Blood debts paid by gladiators who never chose the feud. On quiet nights, you dream of Gaul. Forests, firelight, your son's face frozen at 4 years old, because your mind has nothing else to work with. Other nights, you dream of crowds cheering your name. You should feel powerful. Instead, you feel trained, maintained, displayed, like a beast taught to survive just long enough to stay useful.
You're 32 now. A veteran. That's a polite word for old in a profession where most don't see 25. Aging doesn't hit you all at once. It arrives in fragments. A younger fighter recovers faster. Another swings harder. You compensate with experience, reading opponents before they move. You're still respected. Veterans always are. But respect isn't momentum. It's storage. The kind Rome uses for assets it isn't ready to discard yet. Your lanista starts using a new word around you. Soon, you'll have your freedom.
Soon your tally will be high enough. Soon your obedience will be rewarded. He says it casually, like a kindness. You believe it because the alternative is unbearable. You've survived long enough to imagine a life that isn't scheduled by trumpets and referees. Then he arrives, Spartacus. Immediately, he wasn't born a slave. The way he stands speaks of command, not obedience. The crowd screams his name louder than they ever screamed yours. Other gladiators respect him, but you see more. You see a man engineering something.
Whispers spread through the baths, the tunnels, the spaces between drills. Conditions that once felt merely brutal now feel intolerable. Veterans are tired of being discarded when younger bodies arrive. Everyone's tired of settling lanista grudges with their own blood. Escape stops sounding like madness. It starts sounding like destiny. You understand why they want to run. You feel it too, waking up sore, realizing your best years are already spent. You've seen enough rigged fights, enough men written off the moment profit dipped. Rome doesn't honor service. It extracts it. But you also know something else. You're close, closer than most ever get. The wooden sword, symbol of freedom, is almost within reach. Not the hunted life of a runaway, Rome's version of release. If you run, you become prey. If you stay, you might actually leave alive. So when whispers sharpen into plans, you don't join. You don't betray them either. You just sit still and wait for your contract to end. Revolution is for men with nothing left to lose. You still have something dangling in front of you, and Rome knows it.
They tell you there's an impromptu fight. No name, no warning, Just armor, sword, and the familiar walk through tunnels that smell like blood-baked stone. You tell yourself it's another bout to endure. Then you step into the light and see him. Spartacus, the crowd already loves him. You can hear it in the sound, expectation instead of curiosity. He has momentum, and momentum in Rome is a death sentence for whoever stands in its way. He doesn't acknowledge you. He doesn't need to. This isn't a match. It's a message. You should have seen it coming. Two biggest names in the arena. It was only a matter of time before Rome turned you into entertainment. The fight begins. You move clean, controlled, veteran instincts. You try to drag it long, cool the crowd, give the referee space to intervene.
Spartacus doesn't let you. He presses hard. He's not fighting for points or favor. He's fighting to erase you. Your legs burn. Your guard slips. A shield bash cracks your ribs. A blade opens your side. You realize you might actually die here. Not because you're bad, because he's that good. You raise a finger. You yield. The referee hesitates. Then the crowd decides. Blood, blood, blood. Tens of thousands who paid to be entertained, not negotiated with. You felt this verdict before, from the other side. Mercy has been revoked. Panic floods your chest. One chance remains. Tell the referee everything. The whispers, the plans, the escape. Trade secrets for breath. You stumble toward him. Spartacus cuts your path. His blade opens your belly. Shallow first, then deeper. Efficient. Final.
He kneels close enough that only you can hear. Rome trained the rebellion out of you. You would have chosen their freedom over ours. He's right. The crowd roars like they've won something. You collapse to applause that fades into distant cheering. Then silence. No wooden sword. No release. Just another asset ridden off. As the world dims, you don't think of Rome. You think of forests. Firelight. A boy gripping a stick like a sword. Centuries later, they'll call you heroes, make movies, build myths. The truth is simpler. You were footnotes, and Rome never bothered to read them.